Here is why your deadlift sucks off the floor, the most common form issues I see causing this problem. The first is you may not be pulling slack effectively. Slack pulling basically means taking the tension out of the bar. You can have a great setup with perfect positioning, but if you don't properly pull the slack out, odds are you're going to throw yourself out of position as soon as you start to pull. Here's a clip of Ben Polak deadlifting. I always use him as an example of what slack pulling actually is. You can see how much tension he takes out of the bar. It's more noticeable on whoopee bars like this. I have a video on the topic of slack pulling in general that I will link below. I will also link to a video by David Wolfson about how you can use pause deadlifts to learn how to slack pull. Now you can do this either as a warm-up exercise, your last few warm-ups start pausing, or as an accessory movement on its own. Now here's a clip of what poor slack pull will look like. You'll notice that your positioning changes a bit once you start actually pulling, but before the bar starts moving at all. Now the second big issue is spacing. The bar should travel straight up off the floor. You may see the bar drift forwards or backwards before it starts moving in a straight line, and if you film yourself you'll be able to see right away why this is inefficient, as the bar starts moving much better once it gets in that straight line. And the fix here is pretty simple. If the bar is drifting back towards you, you need to set up a little closer. If the bar is being pushed forwards, you need to stand a bit further back. Or be cautious that when you lower yourself into position, you're not doing it too aggressively and kicking the bar forwards. Here's an example of what that may look like. You just need to find the position over your foot with the bar that gets you a straight vertical bar path. You can film from the side or have somebody watch you to do this. It's also really common for deadlift platforms to have a divot built up over time. You can see how the bar rolls into it here. This can contribute to the issue as well as it pulls the bar out of position. The easiest fix is to just set up to the edge of the platform where usually there's no divot. Again, pause deadlifts right off the floor can be useful. The pause will be much harder if the bar is too far forwards or back, so you'll naturally self-correct into a better start position. And start position is the last issue I want to talk about. I made a video that I will also link below how you can find a really good start position just by doing a slow eccentric. This again can be used as a warm-up or as an accessory movement on its own. Keep in mind that it can be quite taxing if you do program it as an accessory. Slow eccentrics won't fix the issue of finding proper stance width or foot angle. That takes some trial and error, but every other aspect of start position they will cover. The most common positioning issue I see is people setting their hips too low and they instantly shoot up off the floor to a more efficient position when they start to pull like this. I also have a video on why this is the case. I will link it below. You basically want your hips at the height they naturally rise to when the bar breaks the floor, or a bit lower to get some stretch reflex. I give a more detailed answer as to why that is in the video, but the basic point to remember is lower hips doesn't necessarily mean better. Anyways, I hope this video helps you guys troubleshoot your deadlifts off the floor. If you found it useful, please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And thanks for watching.